Hey folks, Mike and McGee here. In today's video, we're going to be making a sausage that is so simple and yet so profound, it'll blow your mind. We're going to take deer meat and we're going to make a sausage. And then when we're done with that batch, we're going to take wild pork and we're going to make another batch. We've got mangalitsa fat going in this. We've got beef tallow fat, coarsely ground, going in this. This is going to be good. And I'm going to tell you right now the name of this sausage. Cheesesteak sausage, because we've got cheese and we're making it out of meat. So it's a cheesesteak. It's going to have the onion. We're going to use onion powder, but it's going to be good. We're going to grind the fat only through once on the coarse plate, and that's going to give us a fat profile. When we slice into this, we'll be able to see it. It won't be ground into the meat very finely to where it all boils out when you fry it. Let's do it. That's still half frozen.
I did not expect that sauce to be outside was.
We're gonna have to do some cutting. I like to grind the fat through halfway frozen. Fat actually thaws quick. You got it like this, it don't thaw quick.
And I don't want to come apart.
This is 23 pounds of fat right here. This is 21 pounds of meat. We got 28 pounds of meat of pork. So we're going to equally divide this up. We're going to swap this out right quick. I'm going to set our fat out of the way. We're going to get our deer meat out.
Should not be as frozen as the fat was.
Nope, and it's from the, I think it's from the 2023-2024 season.
Okay.
I think this is last year's deer. So it's high time we get to using it.
Oh, this.
Oh, it's frozen.
Oh my goodness. We're going to have to get to cutting it too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's really good for making a sausage though.
Yes.
It's going to really help keep the temperature down on this batch. There we go. All right, we've got some nicely chilled meat. Gonna go through now. Let's do it. Coming out nice too.
Yes, it is. Goodness, it's just powering right here.
Yep. Now, this stuff is very cold. I guarantee you it's in the 20-degree range. Where's that? Grab that thermometer. We're going to just test it out. I'm guessing it to be about 29. It's in the high 20s. There's 29.5. So anyway, needless to say, it's cold enough. We're going to grind her on through again. This very lean meat grinds through the second time real easy. If it had a lot of fat mixed in it, you had to be careful about it getting bound up in there and start slicking over and being a problem. Not with this. Yep. All right, just the 2 grinds. This morning we did some other sausage. We did 3 grinds, but this is great on this. We're going to be mixing this with some fat, some cheese, some salt, some pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and some Worcestershire sauce. Some people get all discombobulated over Worcestershire sauce. They call it all different names, and I've had multiple people tell me it's Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, and all these different things. You can read it, Worcestershire. It's there just plain as day. I was taught English.
The phonetic pronunciation.
All right, at this point we're going to get our wild hog meat out here. It's in Ziploc bags, which tells you we've had it for a while, not terribly long. I think we came into possession of these wild hogs in warm weather last spring. So they're not terribly old, but Ziploc bags are not the way to go when it comes to freezing meat for long periods of time. And I've been properly educated on that. Oh, it's still a little frozen.
Oh yeah.
Good.
It might even need some knife work.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. No, this one we can get away with without knife work.
These were young hogs, and that is all rib meat. Every bit of this is rib meat. We saved the shoulders for roasts, cured the hams for ham, and smoked them in the smokehouse. Those are all videos that we made last year. You might remember when we skinned these, we made a video skinning them, and we were done by about 12 noon with 12 pigs. It was unbelievable. And that video almost went viral for me. That was a lot of people wanted to see that, and that was great. But now we're taking these ribs. We stripped the ribs up into strips for grinding, as you can see. And it made a pile. There's 28 pounds of this that most people would throw away. 28 pounds, and it's gonna make a quality sausage. There's good fat mixed in it, good meat, wild hog meat, especially them little ones like that, that's maybe 20, 30, 40 pounds, hard to beat. Got a higher fat content than the deer.
Yes.
When we mix our fat in, I think we'll mix a little more in with the deer and a little less with this.
Okay.
To compensate.
Yes.
For the,
has some.
yeah.
It's a flying.
It is a flying.
That's funny.
There's a McGie piece.
That's a little bit looks like.
That is a crazy grinder. You can just eat it up like that.
And that frozen. Can you imagine trying to grind that by hand?
Oh. This meat is just of such a nature that the auger can grab it. And I mean, it goes to town on it.
As fast as we can feed it, it'll take care of it.
That is it.
That's all, folks.
Yeah. Let's check the temperature on it. I'm gonna guess it's up in the low 30s as well. Yeah. We are heading down to 30.9 degrees. So good looking pork. We're gonna hit this a second grind with the same small plate real quick. I say it just about every video, but you've got to pull this stuff out before you start grinding the already ground meat, because If you try to push this through with that, it's a no-go. So definitely, I have learned the hard way, and I'm just trying to help you learn the easy way, and that is let Micah make all the mistakes.
Yep.
All right. You know what they say, let her rip, tater chip. And look here, we're done.
It is done.
Now I want you to look at this. The difference between the pork and the deer is just absolutely epic. We're going to be mixing both of them right now with the fat to make 2 separate epic sausages. In order to divide out the fat, I'm going to cut right down through here, a little off center, I think,
Yes.
and put the least amount of fat in with the wild hog since it's already got fat. And then the rest of this, that is a greasy fat, you know that?
It was very softly thawed, and we can tell.
Yep, it'll mix, it'll mix. Once we get that in there, I've got beef fat I've got to cut open. This is beef fat. We saved it from, I'm not sure if this is Big Louie or Ferdinand. I sure don't know. I think it's Big Louie, because I think most of Ferdinand's fat went to the other half owner of that bull. And here we go. We're just going to flop some of this over here. This was previously ground about 2 weeks ago.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Something like 2 weeks ago. We ground it through because we would need to make sure it was good. Nothing wrong with it.
It smells fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good.
Good deal.
It tastes like butter. People say, McGee, you're the only person I've ever seen just take a raw piece of fat and just chomp it down. Well, I might be, but that's good stuff. All right, we're going to take the deer meat. We're going to throw this into the cooler because we don't have mixer space to mix 2 full batches. As soon as we get that thrown in the cooler, we're going to start mixing this one up. And when we come back up, we're going to bring cheese. We'll get it.
All right.
All you had to do was cook it. I cannot believe that.
Usually I do not have that effect on the equipment.
Unbelievable. The video is going to show the proof. What's a cheesesteak video without cheese? Not very cheesy, that's for sure. We're going to throw the cheese to it. We're going to put half in this batch, half in the deer batch.
Ooh, what show you made about?
Yes, I think I'm going to stop.
Okay.
Not have to lift it way over your head that way.
Thank you. I'm more terrified of losing cheese than anything else.
Yeah, cheese. Well, I already explained to you the spice profile. It's very simple. We're having onion and garlic. We're having black pepper and salt. That's it. The salt we actually measured out. We like to go 1.5 teaspoons. I'm about to ruin your sausage for you. Teaspoons, 1.5 teaspoons per pound on the meat. But the onion and the garlic and the black pepper, we're just going to sprinkle in like this right here. That should be really, really good. And you know what? I'm about to do something different. I'm about to put some crushed red pepper in because a little bit of pizzazz ain't gonna hurt it none. All right. That was ad lib as it gets right there. Here goes the salt, and we're just gonna mix this up. And once it's mixed, I don't know, should we fry that piece? I mean, I am not hungry, but the people.
They ought to know whether or not we like it.
Oh, yeah, I guess they should. Okay, let's do it. right, we set the mixer down on this lower table, make it a little easier to get in. We are gonna do the deer meat mix now. It's got the Mangalitsa pork, it's got the beef fat, and it's got really nice, very cold deer meat. This deer meat is cold. We had it in the deep freeze. It's starting to freeze on the bottom a little bit. We're gonna do the same basic batch, or the same basic principle, but of course, when you just throw stuff in, things can change. So we've actually already fried a patty of the pork. We're gonna get this deer mixed up really good, and we're gonna fry some of it. We're gonna try it side by side and see how good it is, and see if there's a difference between the deer and the wild hog that is noticeable, and what those differences are. So let's do it. The whole pork. All right, we're gonna take a temperature of it in the mixer. We've got it pretty much mixed. It's at 31 and dropping, 31.4, 31.3, 31.2, look at that. So we're in the acceptable range. I love it. It's time to get this deer meat one stuffed, but I'm gonna pull some out real quick and get it frying, because we want to taste it beside that wild pork. Man, oh man, look at that. It just fell right off. I guess we don't have enough protein extracted. Really what it is, we had to add water to it. We added so much water to it to loosen it up. Just look at that. It's still pretty thick. So I don't know if that was because it was in the freezer so long or exactly what, but it smells good. Let's get it frying. Oh, it helps it really remain stiff like that. That one heats up really. Yeah, right here. Already got them rolled up. How many did you write up?
I think I've got 8 or so.
Oh.
I need to do a couple more.
You got a head start on me.
I did.
Awesome.
It was needed.
There it goes.
There it comes. And it's gonna push it. It's pulled it right up.
Come on, kids, let's try it out.
So
This is actually called cheese steak sausage. I got this recipe off of Two Guys in a Cooler. Mr. Eric made it. Those two on your side, wild pork. One on this side, deer. They're both made with the same exact recipe. And what we got to figure out is if there's a difference in the flavor between that and this. So that's what we're going to do right now. I got 3 wild ragamuffins. That's what my mom called me, a wild ragamuffin.
that's the wild hog one.
Okay.
Take one of these 2, Lucas.
First thing that hits me, cheese. That's perfect for cheese steak. You want cheese?
Mmm.
Not too salty, but you can definitely get the salt. Is it too hot, spicy? Not too hot and spicy.
I like the spices, the onion and the garlic. The crushed red pepper is just perfect. Not overwhelming or anything.
So, a cheesesteak, what you normally think of on a Philly cheesesteak, you think about having that bread, but you got that meat laid in there with onion, bell pepper, and oh so good cheese. Well, that's just about what we're getting here. We don't have the bread. Grace is just tearing into it like a bulldog. All right, let's try the deer when we're ready.
Mm-hmm. So they've each already had a bite of deer.
They did.
I pieced it out and down the hatch they sent it.
They're quick.
So
I'll tell you what, it looks very juicy.
I like the deer better.
You know what?
Wild hog.
The deer has a more authentic cheesesteak flavor because deer and beef are very close together. The pork is very good, but it's definitely a different flavor.
Yeah, I like them both.
The deer has more of a beef flavor. The pork has more of a pig flavor. Imagine that.
They're both good. Now hold on, we gotta save some of this for Dad to try.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got to. We got to.
The deer tastes better.
I'd save all of it.
Okay.
Wild hog.
Wild hog?
Deer.
Deer?
Deer.
Deer?
I'll take the deer.
Deer? I'm gonna take the deer. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. But Miss Grace, she has the ability to see potential where others only see a dead end. And that goes a long ways. She loves rabbits. Hey, what can I say?
It's better than rabbit.
It's better than rabbit. All right, I'll go with that. I loved it. I loved it.
It was
It's really
delicious.
So folks, there you go. You talk about a simple recipe. That is as simple as it gets, but the flavors are actually complex. That was delicious. So if you get a chance to make it, make it. But that's all we got for you today. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.